So, how do we stay consistent with our content without running ourselves in the ground? That's the question for today. So, grab your notepads because we're going to be diving deep into the world of strategic content planning. How to create a sustainable content calendar that respects our creative energy and our personal time. This is especially true for YouTube creators who are running a business like me, but what I'm going to talk about today is definitely going to help any content creator, no matter what platform they're posting on. But why do you need a content calendar in the first place? Because you'll be sorry if you create content without one. But seriously, the number one reason is because YouTube and all the other social media platforms all thrive on consistency. That's because regular posting keeps your channel active. It encourages viewers to come back again and again, and it builds a reliable presence. For busy entrepreneurs, a content calendar is going to make sure that despite having tons of other responsibilities, your content creation doesn't fall by the wayside. And as entrepreneurs, we're used to juggling a bunch of different tasks every day. Your content calendar is going to streamline your content creation process and allow for better time management. And by planning content in advance, you're going to avoid those last minute rushes and inefficient use of your limited time. This way, you can batch produce content, edit in blocks, and schedule uploads. And this is going to free up time for all your other critical business tasks. A sustainable content calendar stands on three pillars: planning, flexibility, and balance. Planning, of course, means knowing what you're going to film ahead of time. I would just caution you, please, not to try and break out your camera one day and try to film a video on the fly. That's not going to work. Flexibility allows you to adapt as needed because life happens. And balance, that's making sure that you're not just living to work. And I want to break these down a little bit further. The first pillar, planning, starts with a brainstorming session. Write down all your video ideas. As a former chef, I like to think of this as sort of a creative buffet. Once you've got all your ideas, it's time to organize them into themes or series. This is like creating your menu for the month. Decide what purpose each piece of content is going to serve, whether you want it to drive sales, increase brand awareness, or maybe even just educate your audience. When you know what purpose the content is serving, that's going to allow you to maximize the impact of every single video. Next, you want to assign these ideas to specific dates in your calendar. You can use a tool like Notion, that's my favorite right now, or Trello, or ClickUp, or even just good old Google Calendar to keep everything in check. This is like setting up dinner reservations for your content. And I would recommend trying to plan a week or a month ahead at the very least. This way, you're not going to be caught off guard. The second pillar is flexibility. Now, while it's great to have a plan, being too rigid can be a buzzkill for your creativity. So I'd like for you to imagine your content calendar is kind of like clay and not concrete. If it's clay, it can be reshaped as needed, and you can set aside some wildcard days for spontaneous content that's inspired by maybe some trending topics or some audience requests. And if you need to move things around, just go ahead and do it. There's absolutely no problem with that. Remember, you're the boss. Your calendar should serve you, not the other way around. So for the third pillar, balance, it's probably the most critical pillar because it's easy to fall into the trap, especially as entrepreneurs, of all work and no play. And to prevent this, make sure to schedule some non-negotiable time off. Yes, that means actually putting your days off in the calendar, your non-content creation days. Balance also means mixing up different types of content. You could combine low effort with high effort videos, kind of like a balanced diet, because variety is the key to good health. And here's another thing: your quality can suffer if you're rushing to get content up. A content calendar is going to give you the breathing room you need to research it, to script, and to produce high quality videos that are going to truly resonate with your audience. That's going to allow for you to create content that's well aligned with your brand message and your audience. And that's the whole point, right? Okay, now you've got content on your calendar and it's time to put it into action. But please remember, the goal isn't to somewhat chain yourself to a relentless schedule. It's all about trying to find a rhythm that keeps your channel alive and buzzing while keeping you healthy and inspired. And honestly, I really prefer to batch create content on my most productive days, and I can save easy to film videos for a day when I'm not feeling it 100%. But what I would do is check in with yourself monthly. Is your plan working? Are you feeling energized or are you feeling exhausted? You may need to adjust as necessary because this is about creating a sustainable cycle of content creation. And when you have a sustainable content calendar, you're going to be less stressed because you don't have to constantly think about what content you're going to create next. And knowing what's coming up allows you to prepare mentally and creativity, which is going to lead you to more innovative and engaging content ideas. Now, when it comes to content creation, spontaneity can sometimes be a burden. And this is kind of hard to explain, but when you plan, it provides more mental space for your creativity to flourish. For entrepreneurs like me who need to have time to run our businesses, and for those of you who are in the business of content creation, a sustainable content calendar for YouTube isn't just nice to have. It is an absolutely essential component of a strategic approach to content marketing. It allows you to align your content creation with your business objectives. It ensures consistency and it maximizes the impact of your efforts, all while managing one of your most limited resources, and that is your time. So, those are my best tips for creating a sustainable content calendar that helps with consistency without leading to burnout. The key is to plan, stay flexible, and seek balance as you're creating content for your business or for your channel. I'd love to hear how you manage your content calendar and any tips that you found to be helpful. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video useful, give it a like, share it with fellow content creators or entrepreneurs, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.